Hey, this is Teddy Burris, your Google Workspace and Gmail strategist. And here is the question I'm going to answer today. The question is, can I, if Google says the image is in public domain, can I use the image any way I want? And I'm going to answer that question at a very high level because this is really important to protect yourself. So there's lots of ways to get images through Google or Bing or Yahoo or, DuckDuckGo or whatever. I can just come down here and do a search, for elephants. And I can click on images. And look, I can click on any image I want. Look, this is really easy. Click on the image, right click, save the image. But do not do that. Let me repeat, do not do that, because you need to first verify what permission you have to use that image. Now I can see right here, it says right here, the copyright is Natural PL for this gentleman, WWF, which is the World Wildlife Fund. It doesn't say I have permission to use that image. So I need to verify I have permission. I'm going to visit that site. Again, don't right click and save. I'm going to visit the site. There it is, the image right there. Nothing on that image tells me I have permission to use it. Nothing on any of these images. You can see right here, copyright is Christy Williams, copyright is Jessica Bachland, copyright is this person, but it does not say I have permission to use that image. You need to understand how to do this so you do not get yourself into a big mistake. One of the first steps I'm going to do is I'm going to look at usage rights and say Creative Commons or commercial, depending upon how I'm using it. And I'm not going to be your lawyer and tell you which is right. You need to know for yourself which is right for you. But example, if I use Creative Commons, then I'm going to look at images and I'm going to find an image that says it is licensable. Right there it says it is licensable. I'm also going to be very purposeful about who is MaxPixel, who is Pixneo, who is PicRL, who's Pic here, who are these companies that these images are on? Who's Commons Wikimedia? Who is that? Now I know who Commons Wikimedia is. You want to use that image. So I might click on that image. I'm going to visit the site, okay? Get this image here and get the license details. So I'm going to go look at that image right here. I can visit that. It gives me the same thing as visiting that. Know where I'm going to go to get the image. I'm like, if I want that image, now I have to verify not only is it in common usage or public domain, but what is my permissions stated by the owner of this image for me to use it. There's the image, pretty easy. Look here. You go down to licensing, and then you read the licensing. It's licensed under Creative Commons. You need to understand what that means. Attribute share alike 4.0. You need to know what that means. I'm not going to tell you what it means. You need to know what it means. You are free to copy, distribute, and transmit the work. You are free to adapt it, which means I can edit it. However, under these conditions, you must give appropriate credit, provide a link to the license, and indicate if changes were made. You must do this. You may do so in any reasonable manner, but you cannot suggest the licensor endorses you or your product or your use of it. So if I'm going to use this image, I'm going to save the image. I actually never right click. Look for the download. Look for the opportunity to download. This is way better than right click. Because in a court of law, you can say, look, they had a download option. In a court of law, you can say, I was given permission with these conditions. So download that image. Now, using their systems, I download the image, but I'm going to come down here and I'm going to reread this. You must give appropriate credit. And for me, giving appropriate credit means copy that URL. And then when I use that image and I put that image in my document, whatever document I'm putting it in, I'm going to put the link. And if I'm generally, because for the sake of my content, I'm going to make that link a little smaller and I'm going to make it a hyperlink. Now, there's lots of ways you can do that. but you've got to be very purposeful because it very clearly says in any manner I want, but I must give attribution and credit. Again, no matter what Google says, before you use any image, you get it from any site in the world, www.bananas.com. I don't care where you go, before you use an image, you need to make sure you have permission to use that image. And there is nothing on this page that gives me permission to use any of these images. So do not steal an image from anybody through the internet. Now, how do you want to protect yourself the most protection you can have? I recommend you either create every image you use or you buy every image you use. This is a big problem. Copyright violations are a big deal. There are companies out there who their only purpose is to find where you violated copyright so that they can come after you and get copyright penalties. And this could be very expensive. This is not anything to joke about. Never take an image from a website. Never take an image from social media. Never steal any images through the internet. Make sure you have permission to use it or buy them. And I'm not going to tell you where to buy them. I use Deposit Photo, but there are lots of places you can buy images, and make sure you understand the licensing of the images that you buy as well. I'm ranting and raving about this because this is such a big issue. There are two people who get hurt when you steal images. Number one, the creator, the owner of the image. He did not create that image for you to use any way you want. And number two, when you get caught, and believe me, you could very well get caught, you'll pay that penalty as well. I'm Teddy Burris, Google Workspace and Gmail strategist. This is important. I hope you take this message to heart.